Oh, man.
Pixar didn't happen.
Shut up. I'm not watching you anymore. Fucking porn.
Ooh. Well, we're live now, so how's that?
Oh, the best intro ever.
Right?
Just people watching. Shut up, porn.
Shut up, porn.
Not watching you anymore. Welcome to the
Sorry,
that's
busty Latinas.
That's the podcast. Have a good day.
Busty co-ed Latinas.
Oh my god.
I'm done with you.
Oh, it's
I think they have porn of everything now. You know, there's border patrol porn now. Oh my god.
That's what I want in life.
I could get down with that.
Just
midget
nice.
border patrol porn.
Oh my god. Midget incest border patrol porn.
What? Why did you actually choke on spit?
Why wouldn't I?
Just with horse cocks everywhere.
Ooh, interspecies erotica ancestral midget border porn.
Peter erotica, read by Betty White.
Read by yes.
Narrated by Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh,
And so
moist.
the penis entered the midget.
The horse bucked hard, but the midget
It's
fucked
piercing
harder.
her tiny frame, causing her to shake with orgasmic violence. Love it.
Iago is just never going to be the same ever again.
Oh man, this is some weak ass tea. That's fine. We're ready.
Is it a soft tea?
No, it's a silent tea.
Oh, that was
Like
better.
in pterodactyl.
That was better.
Let's keep going.
That was better. Damn it. Well played, friend. Well played.
All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let's do this.
And
Jesus.
2.
I mean, we're live.
1.
So.
I count down. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Noodle here, and today we're back again, back with another podcast.
The next podcast in the podcast.
Next one.
It has numbers.
Joining me here today in lovely summer Arizona is none other than Danny motherfucking Cooper. How are you, buddy?
I'm gonna have a heat stroke. I don't do well in the sun. I'm pasty. I don't drink water enough.
It's okay. It's a dry heat.
Oh.
Also, joining us here, quite illegally from across the border, is none other than VicVictory, bringing us the best in interracial, interspecies, midget, bestiality, incest, border patrol porn. So how are you doing?
Yes.
I feel closer to my people than I ever did in Arizona.
Because everybody knows that the border of Arizona is Puerto Rico.
No, I'm half Mexican also.
Look, I just wanted to say I told you I could fly us here. I had no problem flying the plane. A little rough in the landing, but I did amazing. All right, these hands are tools of the gods.
There's a nice golf course just right over there.
Oh, believe me, I know. I'll see you guys after the podcast.
But that's it. That's all we got today.
Have a good
thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. For those of y'all out there who are new to the show, shame on you. How the fuck did you find this one as opposed to the others that we've done in the past and in the future? So the way that it kind of works out is we're going to do the same old. We're going to do a little bucket of doom in the beginning to get those creative juices flowing. We're going to talk about some video game news. Some cool stuff has been happening over the past week.
True.
And after that, we're going to get to everybody's favorite segment, Spoiler Alert. Spoiler Alert this week was the 1980 what?
89 or 87.
Was it 89? It wasn't 89. Was it
I don't
86?
think it was
1986
Movie's as old as I am.
The Wraith. Starring Charlie Sheen and a lot of other people, actually, amazingly.
Yeah.
Kate something. I forgot her name.
Kate Blanchett.
No.
The guy from The Waterboy. I forgot his name too.
I do know Charlie Sheen. Randy Quaid was definitely in it. I was excited to see Randy Quaid.
Yeah, that was That was good.
All I saw was the gap in his teeth.
So there was that. So yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. So first off, a little bucket of doom.
Bucket of doom. Bucket of doom. Wish I had a ton of shrooms.
For those of you who never played Bucket of Doom before, those of you at home who haven't heard this game before, basically, in my hand, I have thousands and thousands of useless items from around the world, and each of our little misfits here, Danny and VicVictory, will go ahead and receive one of these useless items, and they will be pitted against a scenario, and using that item, they will tell me how they're going to try to get out of it. Since there's only two of you guys here, and it will automatically tie, I will be the judge.
Right.
And everybody knows that I'm biased and unfair. So
entirely.
Just
I have my green card.
So,
Did
Vic, are you ready?
somebody say green card?
No. We were saying the green grass.
For like the
golf
greens for the
course.
golf course. Okay.
The golf
I'm
course.
going.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, it's a 9-iron. 9-iron. VicVictory, your useless item is a used Q-tip with earwax.
Nice.
Oh, fuck. That's so gross.
I already had. No, I can think of something.
Oh, no.
And Danny,
No.
your useless item is a puffer fish.
Okay.
A puffer fish.
Okay. Cool.
So gentlemen, I need to know how using a used Q-tip with earwax and a puffer fish you're going to get out of this terrible situation. You're a skydiver with Alzheimer's, and you've forgotten to pack your parachute.
As soon as you just said Alzheimer's.
So what you're saying is I'm George Senior.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Except that, unfortunately, you forgot to pack a parachute. So you forgot to pack a parachute. So Vic, I need to know how a used Q-tip with earwax is going to help you get out of that situation. You're falling from the sky, taking in the surroundings. You just got to keep it, buddy.
All right. Well, it's simple because I've been doing practice about the confidence, and I failed. But
Okay.
so pretty much, I'm. It's a really high distance. I have what? Maybe I'll give myself 20 minutes tops
From
falling
skydiving,
down. Yes.
20 minutes
Yes.
of falling. Where are you
Yes.
falling from? The moon?
That's awful.
Yeah. Don't worry. But
That's awful.
you know
You fell from the International Space Station?
the point.
I don't think
Wait.
you've ever been skydiving, Vic.
I have. Have you not seen the Red Bull Extreme Sports?
My confidence is waning.
Yeah.
Don't worry. All right. So you know those airplanes that have that self refill in the air.
Right, like airplanes. Got it.
Yeah, but one of them had a lab, and the earwax in the Q-tip is actually the DNA from Jurassic Park 1.
Oh, okay. So you got earwax from Jurassic Park 1?
Yes. Now
Okay.
I'm soaring towards the lab, and I threw the Q-tip, and it missed, and I hit the ground.
See, I don't think your confidence exercises have helped you at all, Vic. But I doubt that Danny can do any better. So Danny, utilizing a puffer fish.
Yeah.
I need to know how you're going to survive falling.
Well, obviously, I'm just going to tauntaun it. No,
blow
I'm not going to tauntaun it. What I'm going to do is, this is a demon pufferfish, is what it is.
Oh, really?
It's a an oni pufferfish, and so when it puffs, it opens up to a larger size. So I'm going to use it as a parachute and safely descend to Earth. Hold it up.
Thought you were gonna blow.
Hold it up and then just lazily descend.
Safely.
Like I was a paratrooper. I don't have any control. And just land.
I really hate to give the point to Danny.
That's okay.
Really
I knew he was gonna. It's okay.
if I had a Q-tip with earwax, I
try to kill myself with it.
Yeah, I would have deafened myself with it just so I wouldn't hear my screams on the way down to the ground.
I mean,
it kind of worked in Friday the 13th. If anybody can remember, the second movie,
the worst scene
with the kid where his Freddy became the hearing aid.
I can hear it.
Yeah, that was terrible. So yeah, Danny, you go ahead and get the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really wondering what you were going to do with this dinosaur earwax Q-tip.
I was going to do something. I was going to summon a pterodactyl.
That's terrible. All right.
P-T-E-R-A-B-L-E.
Are you ready, Danny?
Yeah, I'm going to do the thing.
I smell like burned fucking popcorn.
Did
you burn popcorn?
Smell.
No, I didn't burn popcorn. That's what's...
Oh, dude. Someone cue the Illuminati music.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. The
That's
X-Files
music. But close.
Do you smell a cop? I smell French fries. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my
Danny,
God.
your useless item is a fortune cookie.
Okay.
A fortune cookie.
Man, the possibilities.
It's getting stronger. This fucking burnt popcorn smell.
Are you having a stroke, friend? Are you sure it's not toast?
If I suddenly can't read these cards, I need you to call 911, Danny.
Gotcha.
All right. Vic, your useless item is Elton John's favorite toupee.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's
the
false.
favorite
Elton
toupee
John
of Elton John, and
is all hair. He's all natural.
You think so?
I know so.
Yeah, that's what they said about him having a wife.
What? Anyways.
So, Danny.
Yes.
Vic, I need to know how you're going to utilize a fortune cookie and Elton John's favorite toupee in order to get out of this really deadly situation. Darth Vader senses that you flipped him off behind his back. And he starts suffocating you with his death pinch. Danny, how is your fortune cookie going to save you from Darth Vader's death pinch?
Oh.
Well, I'm going to crack it open and Vader's going to be like, oh shit, is that a fortune cookie? Yo, I'm starving. And then eat the fortune cookie and leave me alone.
Man, I wish I had the fortune cookie.
The what?
No, because I honestly, I know our minds work different. I thought you were gonna say you opened the fortune cookie, and on the paper it said Darth Vader's not gonna choke you. You showed him the paper and he went away. That didn't work.
That's not where I was gonna go at all. I knew what I was gonna do until you said Darth Vader, and then I said shit.
Okay, Vic.
Right.
You flip off Darth Vader. He turns around and starts doing the death choke, and in your hand is Elton John's favorite toupee.
All right.
I don't want to know your life choices. I just want to know how you're gonna get out of this situation.
I got it off eBay, so.
Okay.
So I put on the wig.
Mm-hmm.
The lights crescendo down a little bit. Then they go all the way black, and a million candles light up, and we're in an Elton John music video.
Just a candle in the wind, friend.
I know. And he starts, and Darth Vader starts shredding the guitar solo. And I slowly ascend into claymation. And it all ends with me drowning.
Once again, Vic, you are in charge of these scenarios. You didn't have to end with you drowning.
I mean, I got out of it. It doesn't matter how I decide to end myself.
The house is burning. What do? I smash my face into an electrical socket and electrocute myself. I'll die, but I won't be in the fire anymore. What?
Oh fuck, man.
It was going good, and then just went downhill.
It did. I was about to concede the point.
But I mean, just eating a fortune cookie while he's choking you, it's not really going to help you at all.
I didn't know. I didn't eat the fortune cookie. He wanted the fortune cookie.
I know, but you got the fortune cookie, friend. You don't complain about what life gives you. You just deal with it.
I did.
You probably had the lotto numbers on the back. Did you even check the paper?
You didn't even check.
I think in chance he took the fortune cookie from me. He wanted it. What the fuck am I gonna do? He's Darth Vader.
You could have told him you were his son.
No.
All right, Vic. This will be the last one.
Wait, who got the point?
Yeah, who got the
Vic got the point. I said you just ate your cookie.
I didn't fucking just kill myself and whatever. You know what? Fucking
wait, no.
Recount.
I'll get better. I'll get better at the count.
And then kill yourself right at the end.
No, I won't.
And then your dad will come back.
Oh.
It is like we're playing with Corey.
Wait,
just kill
what?
yourself.
Oh, got it.
At least it wasn't. It was Captain Bullet. Oh my god.
So Vic, your useless item is a wheel of cheese.
A wheel of cheese.
Oh, wow.
A wheel of cheese.
Can it be any kind of cheese?
Sure.
All right.
It does not specify.
There's where that creativity comes in, man.
Mm-hmm. It's a wheel of cheese that's laced with rat poison, and he eats it.
Right?
Oh my god.
It's cheddar, and he's allergic to cheddar, and he eats it.
He hates you guys.
Danny.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with these items, but you have a pack of cheese strings.
This is getting dairy out of control.
Oh my god.
I'm not even gonna.
I hope you hang yourself with the cheese string.
Oh god. Thought about it.
So, gentlemen, I need to know how utilizing a wheel of cheese or a pack of cheese strings that you're going to get out of this terrible situation. You've been beamed aboard. You've been beamed up by aggressive aliens, and they're plugging in the giant anal probe.
Ooh.
I thought you were
Bring
gonna
on the Flugeheimen.
Oh no. No.
So, Vic, I need to know how your wheel of cheese is going to save you from a laser-pointed, triple dildo vibrating Flugeheimen anal probe.
Damn it. See, if this was the Nokia phone.
He's just going to do what he did last time. Just shove it back up there with everything else. Why not?
He's going to use the wheel of cheese to plug his gaping asshole when they finally let him go.
No. Alright, so this wheel of cheese.
It's like a cork in a tub.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This wheel of cheese is the stinkiest cheese known to man. And with my wheel of cheese, I'm going to smear it all over my body with an odor so foul that they'll just leave me alone and beam me back the fuck down.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But Danny.
Yeah.
You have a pack of string cheese.
I'm going to blow their minds. Because these aliens got all these fancy, high-tech gazmos and what's-its, but they never seen no string cheese before. They don't have cows. That's why they come to our planet, is to take our cows so they can use their dairy glands to make their own cheese. And I'm going to show them what we can do and how we are useful as a race and how they should not exterminate us or shove that thing in my ass. So I'm going to take a string cheese and I'm just slowly peel one off and I'm going to feed it to one and then peel one off and feed it to the other. And then they're going to be so distracted by this and I'm going to jump in the escape pod and get back to Earth.
It's pretty good.
These are actually some pretty good answers. I only can say that, Danny, your answer would be better is if while you were feeding them the string cheese, Vic transforms into Elton John and starts the slow music, and there's just this romantic, almost ghost-like atmosphere of you, hand feeding them the string cheese, not giving it to them so they can eat, but you're just like gently placing it into their mouths,
the little slit of a mouth, and then pet their large almond head.
Mm-hmm. While they're sitting there holding this vibrating triple-ended dildo fucking anal broom that you just kind of like glance at occasionally to make sure it's not getting any closer.
Right.
I mean, of the two choices, if I was the alien with the fruit and hymen, if I was intent on shoving this thing up your anuses, I would probably not do that to Vic once he's completely covered in this nasty fucking cheese.
That's fair.
And that's pretty fucking gross. I mean, yes, you fed me cheese, but I'm still probing your ass. And
it's like, he was nice to us. He wants this. This one's gross. Kick him out the fucking trash.
Right. Like we brought these guys up. It's obvious what we're gonna do, and this one comes with gifts.
Got it.
So give it to him twice, as our gratitude.
And then give it to me.
Yes. So there we go. Vic, you'll go ahead and get the point. Ding ding.
Fucker.
Good job, Vic. All right, so the score, as it is Danny has 1 point. Vic, you're leading the boards with 2 points.
Good job. Good job.
Good job.
I'm getting better, guys. I'm not gonna kill myself anymore in my scenario.
Well, that's preferable.
Yeah, that's we'll see how that goes.
We'll catch you next week.
Let's move on to some video game news. Okay, so like
video
I said,
video game news. Industries run by a bunch of Jews. Ooh.
Whoa, that went Auschwitz real quick.
So 9, you didn't.
Oh my god.
Go, Vic. Go.
I don't have a rhyme.
Oh my god. All right, so a lot kind of happened this past week. More notably, I'll get to the bigger stuff first, and then I'll get to like the smaller stuff. The bigger stuff is if you're an avid Overwatch player, as I am, you'd be happy to know that the hero Doomfist is now available on the live server.
Get fisted.
Totes get fisted with Doomfist. He's actually a pretty good character, I guess, but I've taken him down multiple times with Mercy. So, take that as you will. But he is playable on the live servers. He's no longer in the playtest realm. More importantly, he's not yet in competition. They haven't announced when he's going to be allowed to come into competitive. I play a lot of competitive, so I talk to a lot of people on there, and we're all kind of in the same general agreement that he might not show up until the next season, which should be starting in about 30 days or so in conjunction with the Summer Games.
That would make sense.
It would. It allows people an ample opportunity to play him, get used to him, build a meta around him, and then go on to competitive, because it's not really fair that if you played the playtest realms and you're already really good with Doomfist, that you jump right into competition with them, because nobody knows how to fight him yet.
And then just make everybody your sock puppet.
Yeah, basically. Kiss it before you fist it.
Right, duh.
Along with Doomfist also comes the addition of the patch for loot boxes, in which now loot boxes now give you way less duplicates.
Yay!
Than it did before, which is great. Just in time for Summer Games to start coming around, the holiday season. So it actually works out really well. I think of all the boxes that I've gotten since then, I think I've gotten maybe 4 or 5. Oh no, I got more than that. I probably got about 8 or 9 boxes now. I've only had 1 duplicate, which is really nice. Now, there are only so many items in game.
Right.
So after a while, you will start getting duplicates again. However, they have changed it so the duplicates are now worth more in-game currency than they were before. So even though you do get a duplicate, it is rare to get one, but when you do, it gives you more in-game money than what it did before. So that's good.
Yeah.
Also, along with that, they have announced that there are probably going to be more new skins for the holidays that are coming up, i.e., you have the Summer Games, the Halloween Festival,
What's
the
Summer
Winter
Games,
Festival.
Friendo? Because the Olympics aren't this year.
They're not, but I think they're just going to keep it as is. But they might do summer theme.
I'm down for summer theme, like beach party.
The idea is they might do a beach party for some of the characters, which I would so get a fucking Mercy.
You know how happy I would be if I saw Reinhardt in a Speedo? I mean,
I want him in a slingshot bikini.
Dude.
In a banana hammock.
Yes.
And like his shield is like a surfboard, but it's not like solid. I don't know how that would work. His hammer's an umbrella. I don't think they're gonna go that cartoony with it though.
Right.
Because they haven't really gone that cartoony with it with any of the other skins. However, what they did say is that the skins that were released last year, they are going to re-release them. So in case you missed last year's skin or you didn't get the one you wanted or you didn't save up enough money for it, you have an opportunity. Yeah. They have the opportunity to get it again, and all of those previous skins are now sold for a discounted rate during the season. So while it is during that holiday season, the old skins aren't going to be worth full price anymore. They're going to be like some skins.
Oh, Robo.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm totally robot-y right now. This is awesome.
Blizzard.
I got nothing. Checking my stream health is fine, but I'm having issues on the yeah.
Disconnect real quick.
Something happened. That was so fucking weird. There was no stream issues or anything. That was odd.
Okay. Did you hear what I said about the pay?
Nope, nope. Didn't get a damn word about what you said within the past couple seconds. Go ahead and do it again.
Okay, so the Overwatch League, the Blizzard has revealed how they're going to organize the Overwatch League teams and how they'll be paid. Overwatch League players will be paid a minimum of $50,000 a year, plus bonuses. Now, those bonuses include winnings from competitions, and according to Blizzard, the players, i.e. the team members, have to be paid a minimum of 50% of the winnings.
Oh.
Which might sound like it's cheating the characters. However, they did I saw like a real big in-depth documentary on professional gamers, and they mostly focused around Korea because that's like the biggest. Like Korea and China are like the biggest, of those, and the rest of us countries.
Did somebody say China? Did I?
Yes.
I heard China.
But my question is, so say if it's minimum 50, so if like a team won $100,000 in a tournament,
the team would have to split a minimum of $50,000 amongst themselves.
Huh.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So
now here's the thing, and I was talking to Baby Girl about this, and she kind of looked at it kind of weird. The way that these teams work is traditionally. You have a coach, an owner, a coach, and then the team members. And the team members are all recruited like kids. They get them like 16 to 17 years old, whenever they're legally able to work, and then they move them into a house, right? And then your entire job is just to sit there and grind this one fucking game until you're pro at it. The coach then goes and gets sponsorships for your team and then eventually gets part of the league. The problem is that a lot of these players were locked into long-term contracts, like 5-10-year contracts. They weren't allowed to switch teams. They weren't allowed to get other coaches. If they quit, they were banned from the league for life. So they couldn't even quit and go somewhere else. And they weren't guaranteed any kind of minimum. So you would have teams go out there and win $100,000 worth of prize money, and each team member might get $1,000, and the rest of the money is going in the coach's pocket.
Right.
And
what about
so
different games?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, like if you want to try to go into another thing, they probably ruin your reputation.
Yeah.
To try to go do it. But the way that Overwatch has set up their thing is, and this is as far as I know, somebody out there might be able to correct me, but as far as I know, they cannot be locked into a contract or anything longer than a 1-year contract with the team. They are free to switch teams as long as the other team is willing to take them on. A team has to have a maximum of 10 players in it.
They have to have 10, a maximum of 10.
A maximum of 10. And the team kind of sets the gauge of the percentage that they will be getting for the bonuses. So, for example, if me and Danny are in a team and Vic are in another team, and me and Danny's team, they pay us 60%, but they pay you guys 65%. Well, fuck my team. I'm going to go play with your team. So it keeps that competition, and it keeps the managers from being too overly greedy without them having to come down and lay down the rules. So you would have like low tier teams who are like nobodies. They'll offer like the 50% just to get your name in the pool. Yeah, get your name in the pool, and then once you get good enough, you can go ahead and start switching teams to these more elite teams that have a lot of corporate sponsors that are paying the coaches and everybody all this big money, so they don't have to keep your winnings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen. I'm sorry. No more. Has to an Overwatch league must carry at least 6 players and no more than 12. There is also no region locking, so you're not bound by your country. So America's going to have nothing but Korean players.
Right. So the whole thing's going to be Koreans.
Yes, and the pool is going to be from any Overwatch player currently. So more than likely, you're talking about the leagues are going to be built up by all the grandmasters. And that is the top 500 Overwatch players. More than likely, they will be picked, hand-selected. And the coaches will have to go out there and find them and then recruit them. So, they will also be provided with health insurance, a retirement savings plan.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I think that's about it. Teams will have from August 1st to October 30th to sign their players, so those will be starting next month. So if you follow online sports or esports at all, you can start looking forward to that. They're going to start announcing who their members are going to be. And considering I'm getting more and more into Overwatch, I might actually try to keep up with that.
Give it a go, friend. I say go for it, friendo. Get on the Texas team.
Fuck that, man. No way I'm going to be that good.
Shit, friend.
I'm getting better though. I've been watching grandmasters on YouTube and watching how they play because I'm a Mercy main. So I've been watching how they play Mercy and stuff. And I just saw this cool video on how to one-on-one with other members, like enemy team members.
Yeah.
If you get caught, the best thing to do when you're fighting against them. Like for May, apparently it's terrible if you jump. With her, you want to strafe side to side, and it's hard for her to hit you. With McCree, you want to run side to side erratically, jumping, and then when you jump, you crouch all the way down and you just kind of bounce. Yeah, you serpentine like crazy. With Reinhardt, you have to have plenty of space to go side to side. With McCree, you want to be far enough away from his flashbang. With Hanzo, you want to be right up in his face. Hanzo. So it's a lot of tips like that. You thought you were going to heal a team member, but it was Hanzo all along.
You thought it was support, but it was Hanzo the whole time.
So I actually got a chance to use those tips while I was playing some league matches. I ended up getting fucking 8 kills in a match, and they were getting all pissed off at me. I had gold kills for a while. My team really sucked. But yeah, it was funny.
Good.
Well, moving on. There's a new game called Lawnmower. I'm sorry, Lawmower. LAW mower, and it's a game about mowing lawns and killing anyone who tries to stop you.
the new hatred.
It's a retro style action game set on release for August 10th. It's basically a game about one man's epic journey to achieve his life person, to cut every blade of grass in the world.
Oh my god.
And that's according to the Steam description. A man's home is a castle and every house needs maintenance. Sometimes your neighbors don't keep up and ruin your home's value. Mow their yards in the dead of night and destroy their flower beds. When the police come, just leave town and mow somewhere else. If anyone tries to stop you, show them your blades.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Best of all, there's a free demo currently on Steam. You can go ahead and get it. To feel what all that weirdness is all about. It currently has it is only multiplayer, but it does support bots, which is good, I guess, if you want one player. I don't know how multiplayer would work. And there's also a map editor and a mod support, so you can easily create and share your own yards and gas-given implements and keeping them looking good with angry digital dads from around the world. Let's see. It says it's multiplayer only, but it supports bots. I thought one of them was coming to help me cut my grass when I first started playing, but he was actually there to kill me. I took care of him easily enough, but shortly thereafter, a guy across the road got me, and I went back for some payback, and he got me again. See if he ever gets his extension ladder back. Like I said, it's scheduled for August 10th, and it actually looks pretty fucking fun. It's one of those games that you're not going to play it for years. But it is entirely entertaining while you have it. No news on how much it's going to be, though. But it is. It'll probably be more like under $10, maybe. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Also in news, a popular comedy sex game has been removed from Steam over quote-unquote pornography complaints. The game is called House Party, and it will be available on Steam once again once it's been quote-unquote watered down. Apparently, 1 month, it's been on sale in early access for 1 month, and it has then since been removed from Steam, as stated by the developers at Eek Games in a blog that they posted. The devs with the game said they don't have any beef with Steam, though. They're shifting the blame to aggressive targeted complaints from groups bothered by House Party from day one. And in their quoting, it said, House Party was temporarily removed as a result of number of complaints that were sent to Steam about the game. The game has been a target for a certain group of people since the day it launched, and said people were posting very aggressively, distasteful and hateful comments towards the game and its community of players. But without a clear idea of what the offending content is, Eek Games isn't exactly sure what to cut and what to keep. The developer said, I asked Valve for clarification on the offending content, and they haven't replied yet, but they've been very nice up to this point and simply told me that they would re-enable the game after testing the modifications requested, basically forcefully enabling an in-game censor during certain scenes regardless of the user's preference settings, to ensure that there's no more offending content. I know there are many games with nudity. There are also games with sex scenes as well, including really popular titles, so it's all rather confusing. I don't know exactly where the line is or what in particularly I should be censoring.
Ride to Retribution. Oh my god.
Right, so that's the problem, is the fact that you have games out there that do have sex in it. They have nudity in it, and Steam says that those are okay. But they don't really have a clear line, so it's all kind of based on what people kind of feel about it.
Wait, you mean to tell me Steam isn't being exactly, I don't know, clear about their guidelines for something?
Yeah, I know, right?
Say it ain't so, friend. Green light.
It ain't so, friend.
Fuck it.
GTA Hot Topic mod.
GTA, motherfucker.
So I just I don't know what to think about that, but I think that it's something that we should I'm not gonna say that we should talk about, but I think it's something that we all need to kind of consider, because the guy goes on and he says they are responding to an alarming societal perpetuation of sex and nudity as something evil, even more than murder, genocide, torture, and gore, which is widely accepted and prevalent in most other video games that are offered up on Steam and many other gaming platforms. I don't agree with Steam's decision, but I respect it. Which kind of goes to say that, you know, it's funny how they're throwing a big stink about this, and the game, it's not like, I mean, I've seen some of the fucking game footage, and it's basically you're in this fucking house party, and it's like a lot of bro shit.
Oh, can you get a bro job?
No, I don't think you can. Well, I don't know. But I do know that you can basically bang every fucking girl that's in there, and like you like jump immediately into sex scenes, and it's basically like a point-and-click sex game, whatever.
I'm down.
And you can say that that's distasteful or whatever, or you can even try to defend it. But the point is that they want to sit there and get hard on this, but they don't get hard on the other game. Like what was the one where you just went around and fucking just slaughtered everybody for no fucking reason?
Hatred.
Yeah, hatred. So hatred gets a fucking green light, and nobody says a fucking thing about it. Steam takes no action against that kind of horrendous violence. But then when it comes to a dude
GTA.
banging a girl, and it's not like, and I would probably argue on Steam's behalf if the game had rape scenes in it, like you had the ability to rape women or something along those lines, or molest women against their will. I would say that, okay, now you're kind of crossing societal lines, right? You know, that you shouldn't glorify that kind of action. However, Now, if you want to make some sort of social commentary on it, or a cutscene that you know an evil villain or a bad guy rapes a woman and the hero comes and saves her, or it's part of the plot line, then that's fine because it's character development. But you shouldn't glorify it for the player's sake.
Right.
But this game isn't about glorifying rape or molestation. It's just people hooking up at a fucking party. So, you know, it kind of falls in that line of the European not understanding America's prudishness, because in Europe there's fucking titties on orange juice commercials, but they have an abhorrence to violence, where in America, you know, you flash your titties in public even to feed your own fucking child. People have a fucking conniption fit, but pulling a gun out in a mass shooting, nobody blinks a fucking eye.
Right, fair. That's, yeah.
So,
you're right.
You know, I just thought that was kind of interesting that they would do something, and it would get to be such big news as it was. Any comments on that before we move on?
No.
I got something not related, but it has to do with it's game news regardless.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I saw on PlayStation Store that they threw a beta to a new game. I don't know if it's new on PC, but it's called Lawbreakers, and it looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that's so it looks fun, but to me, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I don't like first-person shooters. That's why I'm not super down on Overwatch as much as I am, though Destiny I do play and I do enjoy. Destiny is more of an RPG than it is a shooter to me. My beef with Lawbreakers is it's like a hybrid of Destiny or a future spacey kind of shooter mixed with Overwatch. And I
haven't seen any of it. That's why.
I did, and I almost played actually last night. I almost played the beta, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna pass. It just everything's doing this whole rebrandishing, putting their own spin on of Overwatch or successful games, and it's getting really fucking old. Like,
yeah. Is it free? Is the beta free?
Yeah, it's free, and it looks fun. If you like first-person shooters, it looks cool as shit, and it's a lot of no gravity. So
yeah, that's what that's like its theme, no gravity.
Yeah, and it looks fun, but that's not my cup of tea. I don't like shooters. I really don't.
It's a mix of Overwatch and Rocket League.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
I mean, it's the best of both worlds, I guess.
It's a good call. I might give it a go this weekend. I don't know. We'll see.
Let me know. If you give it a go, let me know how it is.
Yeah.
Other news, Night Trap, the 25th anniversary edition trailer reveals an August release date. Do you guys remember the game Night Trap?
Nope.
You might be too young.
Just let me say it and I'll just tell you no.
Night Trap? Or you want to describe the game?
Yeah. I want to.
Okay, basically, quote unquote, in Night Trap, the player plays a role of a special agent tasked to watch over teenage girls visiting a house which, unbeknownst to them, is full of danger.
No.
The player watches live surveillance footage of the house and triggers traps to capture anyone seen endangering the girls.
Oh, no.
The primary antagonists are augurs. They are vampiric beings who want to capture the girls for their blood. The player can freely switch their view between different cameras to keep watch over the girls and eavesdrop on conversations to follow the story and listen for clues. Basically, it's like you are in I don't know, in front of a bunch of security monitors, and you can flip the cameras.
It sounds
it's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, where you flip the camera to see different hallways. It's kind of like that, except less gray area. So, the girls will run from the bedroom, and they're going out to the hallway. So then you click on the hallway camera, and then you'll see them running down the thing. But it's all going live. And then if you see an augur or a bad guy coming, you can trigger a trap, and the trap will trap the it will trap the augurs into something or get rid of them, and the girls will remain safe.
My question is, when was the game made?
It was Sega CD, man. I know, he just said 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
All right, but so it wasn't 3D or anything.
No, it's Sega CD. It was bad. It was super cringy.
Yeah, it was not a very good game. It did rely heavily on the Sega CD niche. However, though, it's now. The pricing hasn't been announced, but the disc-based PS4 version will be $25. So you can pick it up at a gaming store or Amazon for $25 for the disc, It's probably going to be less than that if you buy it through the PS4 store. And although it hasn't been announced yet, people would imagine that it'll pop on Steam here like really fucking soon, and it'll be all you need is a mid-range PC and a willingness to actually play the fucking thing.
Will it still look like its old like?
Yes, it's just a re-release,
dude.
They didn't upgrade graphics. They didn't get new actors.
There's no graphics. That's the thing about this game. It mixes live acting with video game overlay.
Yeah, so it's like that one
so
game, that one PC game where like you could kill everyone. I forgot what it was called. It's like a really old one.
He's super helpful.
Point and click, and I remember this one part. The guy impaled like a little kid with a pitchfork, and you could see like the fake blood from the live acting.
Yes, it's kind of like that, and it's like depending on what you do in the game, depends on what happens. A game that was similar to that was one that I had actually played. Let me see if I can fucking pull it up because it's super fucking cool.
It's so
God, I have no idea what it was called. God, it's gonna fucking kill me because it's such a good fucking game, and I just don't remember.
I know what it is.
What is it? You don't know.
Just forgot. No, I was thinking of a game, and I was gonna say it. And...
This motherfucker. So dumb.
No, I'm serious.
Oh my god.
Because I've seen those pieces. I remember like those old like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Do you remember the live action?
Yeah.
On that?
I do remember that because Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego is like my fucking shit right there.
Yeah. Do you remember the one game they used to sell at the Scholastic School Fair where it was like it was a math game, but it was pretty badass and not Math Blaster, but you had to solve puzzles and stuff.
Oh, I'm so done with today. Fuck today. I'm so done with you.
Why?
Oh, Tesla Effect. That's what it was called. Tesla Effect. Fucking phenomenal game. Absolutely phenomenal. But all the cutscenes were live action. And it's really fucking cool. I liked it. Anyway, so that's that. I just got one more bit of gaming news. Galaxy of Pen and Paper, the RPG about RPGs, is it's now out. So if you were a fan of Knights of Pen and Paper, this is basically the same thing, except that instead of a fantasy role-playing game, it's about spaceships and pew-pew lasers, basically. Have you all ever played Knights of Pen and Paper?
No.
No, but I've seen Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay, get out of here. Get out of here, Vic. Danny, you played it?
No.
Have you? Y'all even know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay, basically, Knights of Pen and Paper was actually really cool. It's like, okay, the way the game looks is that in the very bottom of the screen, like the bottom center, you have a table. And on that table, you have 4 or 5 players, and they're sitting around the table with the Dungeon Master sitting in the middle, like facing you. And you're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Right, I figured.
However, you play this game of Dungeons and Dragons, but everything else on the screen is what you and your characters are doing. So you go to a kingdom, and now you're in the kingdom, but it's still the fucking table. Your characters are still sitting there. The players level up, and it's all this fucking inside joke about like the mechanics of D&D in a real D&D world.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really fucking cool. Like they roll the dice, and you have to crit with it. I don't know. It's really fucking creative.
I thought you were gonna go with, because you know how it's pen and paper. I thought it would be like you draw the thing you need or something that you would need to like battle or.
No, I know there's a game like that, but
yeah,
no,
there's a mobile. There's like a mobile game like that. It's called like Physics and to draw things.
Let's see. It's actually fairly light on the tabletop elements, although the dialogue will give you real Dungeons and Dragons vibe. The combat is turn-based, and there's heaps of character customization based on the items you find in the world.
I do love some character customization.
So it looks really good. I really like it. It's not high graphics. It's very
paper cartoony.
Yeah, I would say like low. I'm not even gonna say low res. It's just pixelated, very pixelated.
8-bit,
like
64-bit.
No. It's just the style of it. Here, I'll link it in. I'll link it in.
Here to like Paper Mario? No, right? Like
no. Stop saying Paper Mario. I already said no to you like 14 fucking times.
I didn't hear you.
Fucking good job, Jesse.
I know, seriously. No, seriously, like Paper Mario. So that's what it looks like. It'll pop up on your screens.
I dig it.
I was sure to include that kind of picture.
I like that. Who likes that?
Yeah, no, it's really cool. So all that changes is the background. So like obviously they're in there, but then like when they talk about spaceships, you'll be in a spaceship, and when you're fighting monsters, the monsters will be there. And it's a turn-based game, and depending on their class, depends on the powers and things that they can do.
Okay.
So it's really kind of cool. I like it a lot. So that's all I got for video game news. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add?
I do.
Oh, I like it.
It's been a while. I don't think we talked about the beta last time for Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Yes, we did.
Did
said
we?
It was bad. Yeah.
Well, it's over now, and I'm still disappointed. The PC Destiny 2 beta is set to come out on the 28th of August, which is like 4 or 5 days before Destiny 2 releases on the actual consoles. But they also released like the minimum specs you need, and it's gonna be pretty hefty. You need like a 970, 8 gigs of RAM, an i5 or an R4. I'm impressed with what they're asking
That's all the
for.
specs. I think. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
asking for like what they ran on E3. They were asking for pretty high end stuff.
Yeah, like the high end, but of course, duh and or hello. And I think the Sega's little thing came out, their little home version of the old school console, and apparently it's a nosedive.
Oh yeah, I remember you were saying something about that.
Yeah,
or was it Corey?
I think it was Corey who brought it up. I kind of followed it because I love Sega. I have one in the house now.
Street Fighter 2.
No, Street Fighter 2. Mortal Kombat 2 though. The better one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
But
I do like me some good Street Fighter though. I always feel like it cheapens the fighting games, like the old school fighting games, when you don't have like the 6-button fucking controller,
right, with
the joystick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the pad, like you're.
I think the thing was that they didn't have ways to like, because we, you know what? I'll save this for keep going.
But
you're saving everything for later.
No, because I didn't want to interrupt them.
Due to like copyright and release and all that other fun shit that Nintendo ran into too, there's not too many great titles that this thing's all about. So I'm just like, no, I have no idea, no desire to get it at all. Maybe to get one to sell it on eBay.
Yeah, basically, you get one and just fucking hang on to it for a little bit.
Right.
I do have one more thing that I just saw. I just went across the news feed. Apparently, Hellblade revealed an in-game photo mode ahead of its launch.
Yay! Nice.
So Hellblade: A Senua's Sacrifice. I'm super stoked about that. Is announced for PS4 consoles at Gamescom 2014. It's been in development since then, and it will finally land on August 8th. But they have announced that it has an in-game photo mode, so it'll allow you to take in-game snapshots and upload them. They gave several examples of the in-game snapshots, like taken from the engine. It also said that it will be coming out for PC, but it will probably be coming out for PC in a few months, so that way they can port it over and do that kind of thing.
As per usual.
Yeah, but it will come out for PlayStation and PC gamers out there. If you don't have a PlayStation, just wait a few months and then we'll go ahead and get it.
So Noodle, what are you going to get it for, friend?
Well, now that I'm actually getting money, I might get it for the PlayStation.
Oh, we can get into the game and play with each other. I've been wanting to play something with you, so.
I don't think it's multiplayer.
I don't care if it is. We can still do the same things.
Sure. I mean, that's true.
Why don't you want to do things with me?
So, the thing that bothers me a bit, I mean, I hope that photo mode is, like, really in-depth, because you can take screenshots with the PlayStation 4 regard.
Yeah. It better be a pretty impressive, because I don't know what console doesn't take
I'll pop up a few photos on the thing here, but I will also grab, like, one or two of them right now, and they show you guys what they look like. So there's I think I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. All right, so here's one of them, and then I believe this is the next one.
Oh, that is beautiful.
This is all in-game footage, by the way. This is like they took it from in-game. This wasn't like a pre-rendered art thing that they made.
Or so they say.
Sure. Apparently, from what you understand, is the end of the fucking world is Ragnarok, basically, and it's all based off of Icelandic,
Viking,
right?
Norwegian.
Yeah, like a Norwegian kind of lore
Nordic.
where the world,
Nordic,
the Nordic
there you
lore,
go.
where it's all fucking, the world's going to shit, basically. The gods are dead, the sky's turning black, fire and water meet, like it's all hell. And you play Senua, the girl there, and I guess maybe you're going to have to try to stop Ragnarok somehow. It's a little vague, but the trailer is phenomenal.
There's like nothing on this game. It's original story and all kinds of cool shit. And I'm super.
I hope there's multiplayer because loot attracts a lot of people.
You know what?
Well,
also,
I don't even know if they're gonna need. And see, here's the thing: what they're mostly going for is
story.
Will
And a strong woman lead.
There you go. We can take a little break to watch that. But basically, the way they did it was that they made it want to make it AAA without making it AAA prices. So they literally made almost half the gameplay. So it's kind of a shorter game, but apparently it's phenomenal.
I'm in. It looks beautiful, and
it looks pretty.
It's got a badass chick in the lead, so I'm down for that.
I'm going to take a break here. I want to watch this.
Oh my god, we're live though.
You know the picture.
This bitch. Well, in other game news, Hearthstone has revealed a new class of cards, the Death Knights. It's kind of a big deal about it, apparently.
Apparently they revealed that you will be able to play Arthas.
Yeah.
You'll play as Arthas, like before
series,
the whole Lynch King thing.
You can have Cindergross and all kinds of shit, man. I'm all about it because that game's actually pretty fun. So.
I think that's it. I'm done with video game news.
I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
From personal experience, I jumped on the whole Pokemon Go today. So I went to the park. We took the little babbies to the park. And I jumped on Pokemon Go, and it has improved from a year ago. It shouldn't have took them a fucking year.
How so?
The gym battles are easier. They feel like a battle as opposed to just tapping your phone.
Do you have to like beat them up a little bit with your Pokemon or what?
Yeah. Well, no, not capturing, but in gym battles. Gyms are the functionality of it. Everything it feels a lot better. It took them a year to do it, which, like I said, shouldn't have done that. But it's I'm down.
It took them.
I enjoyed
it. Took them a year because they needed to. Map all
what
the
I didn't understand was why they didn't make it similar to the fucking games that we all already know.
Because it's
maybe they wanted to try something new.
I mean that's all well and good, but I mean I think when Pokemon Go was announced, everybody kind of assumed it was going to be like the game, where you instead of you having your sprite walk around and find these Pokemon, you would have to walk around and find these Pokemon, and you would have your Pokemon, you would have your 6 or your whole collection or whatever, and that would be cool if they made your house like your home PC where you store all your Pokemon, but you can take 6 with you, or like 8 with you. You can up the number, and then you go out into the world. And you find them. You have to fight them traditional style, to bring them down.
And then capture
and then it'll level up your Pokemon, even if it's just a little bit to level them up.
Yeah.
And then when you go to gyms, I think it would have been cool to allow them to you drop one off at the gym, like they do here. But then they say like you're gonna pick 15 of your powers like in an order, right?
Yeah.
So you pick 15. Like you only have the 4 moves. But you pick, of them, like the different moves, it takes 15 slots or whatever.
Right.
And then you leave it. And so when you battle a Pokemon, you're battling that Pokemon and it starts on that list somewhere and then moves down.
Yeah.
So that Pokemon kind of runs automatically using that pre-generated list of 15 fucking moves. And you, as the player, have to, fight against it with your Pokemon. I think that would have been fucking cool. You knock them out, and then
cool.
I'm more pissed you can't battle or trade. Battle friends or trade with friends. That was kind of the big deal for me.
I can see why they wouldn't want to like battle people, I guess specifically, but I mean, because if you think of the logistics of that, like the actual coding to do that would probably be ridiculous. But, but I mean, why couldn't you do something more locally? Like they have that bullshit on fucking iPhones where if you get close to somebody and like you tap your fucking phone, you can transfer information.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you, like, you have to enable, like, this certain thing, and then, you know, when you're close to people, it alerts you, like, bloop, bloop, you know, it's like, bloop, trainer close by, and then you can hit it and ask them if they want to battle. You can do that
with any game, man. It does. I play their Power Ranger Legacy Wars on my phone, and I'm playing against real people in real time.
Yeah, so why couldn't you do that, where it separates you, it makes your own little private battle, and then, like, you burn your in-game currency. If you win, you get more in-game currency you can use to buy things from the store. If you lose, you give up in-game currency. If you don't have enough in-game currency that you haven't earned yet, then it won't allow you to battle other players.
They could have done a few things different, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
They
could have had an auto run like what you said. Like say you're a gym leader and you don't have time to battle people in real time, just set an auto-generated list of 15 moves.
Yeah, and then just let it run. And then if your character gets fucking knocked out, then it knocks out and it gets transferred back to your PC. You lose the gym, whatever, they take it over. That's fine.
No, they give them a badge or whatever.
You get badges now. You get badges for battling. I got some.
They need
today.
to.
Yeah, but they're all fucking generic. I mean, I think when people wanted like gyms, they wanted like an actual fucking gym.
Yeah.
You know,
like
with a boss.
Showed?
You know, with an actual boss battle in it, where you have to fight the players to get to it, like we're the fucking peons. But then you actually have to fight Misty.
Right.
And although, you know, Pokemon levels would continue to get higher and higher depending on your level, they could have set a fucking cap. You know, just like in the fucking Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Your first gym's always the fucking easiest, but it might not be the one closest to your house. The easiest gym might be in Southside Houston.
That sounds
Or you can just keep fucking grinding where the fuck you're at. You know, and then you go there. And then once you fucking win that gym, you get the badge, and then you can choose to leave a Pokemon there to fight for you and earn some fucking money.
The scarcity
or you can just take your ass off
city
somewhere else.
versus country life / suburb life was pretty shitty.
They need to put legendaries in Chicago to see what.
Their legendaries are popping.
People will
now.
be shooting each other.
You're right. You're right.
They were like, that's my Mewtwo, and then they fucking like pull out a fucking gun and start capping a motherfucker in real life. That's my motherfucker.
You like Pikachu. I use you.
Oh my god.
And that was something that I also didn't like either. I think it took away from the competition because me and Danny are sitting side by side. We both can see the same fucking Pokemon, and we can both capture them.
Ooh.
That there was no competition. It wasn't like there was a Rattata in between the two of us, and the first one to get it gets it. You know, it didn't work that way. So I didn't understand what this whole drain on their fucking servers were. You're basically running a single-player game on your fucking phone when the only time that you ever compete with anybody at all is when you fucking leave your Pokemon at a gym or you fight a gym.
Yeah. They wanted all the maps to the U.S. That's why.
That's what
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, how ISIS got all our info.
Through Pokemon Go.
Through Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Michelle Obama, she was a big supporter of it. So, her and her Muslim agenda with her husband.
Pokemon go to the polls.
She changed the pyramid, made it into a plate. They got to eat less now.
God damn!
All right, we're done.
News is over. News is done.
All right, news is over. Jesus. All right, so we're gonna move on to spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
No, let me do it.
Vic seems just a little butthurt. Ah! Goo goo goo!
I hate you so much.
That's good. That was good.
Thank you.
It was good. I mean, I'd be mad. You know what? No, I can't even be mad at that.
You're just gonna fucking go kill yourself at the end of this?
No. I got a Nokia with me.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, where's that cucumber?
This week's movie was 1986, The Wraith. The Wraith was well, I just lost my website.
The Wraith for the lisp.
The Wraith. The Wraith. Jesus, I'm sorry, I got Van Helsing paused on the other fucking tab, so it's like ruining my fucking...
That would suck if your power went out.
I kind of know where I'm at, but I would totes lose the fucking website, because it's one of those you can watch movies for free. Right. FBI, don't look at me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, my internet's being really fucked up right now. I think it's because of stupid Van Helsing. Anyway, So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Starring Charlie Sheen. Really, he was the only real big name actor in there besides what's his face?
Yeah,
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid, which I like Randy Quaid. Good comedian. He's really. It's weird seeing him like in a serious role. And I'm not even gonna say this was serious, but they did try to take this movie somewhat seriously. I mean, it was 1980. You know what I mean? So the movie quality there, I mean, like if you watch a movie from the 80s, they all kind of feel like that. I mean, you had the Toxic Avenger, you had Chud, you know, just the ones that we've seen on the podcast. You know, the Wraith, they all kind of have the same 80s feel to it, where it's this almost
soundtrack nailed it.
It was almost this slapstick, wanting to be slapstick but not quite slapstick comedy. Like they were trying to be serious, but it's the 80s. It was weird.
I get it. There's feather hair across the whole area.
So we'll start with first impressions. Danny, how are you feeling when I first said that we're going to watch this movie, and then of course watching the intro and all that? How was it for you, friend?
Oh, I was cringy at first because I love 80 movies. I can't. So painful. But at first I was like, no, and then I watched it today because I'm a procrastinator, and it's still fresh in my mind brain. So I'm watching it today, and I'm getting through it, and I was like, the soundtrack started out great. The acting's pretty awful,
I
but
will
it's
have to say
80s,
the first
so I'm not mad.
song.
But the soundtrack,
the
it
first
came out the gate with the soundtrack.
I
was like, yeah, okay. The cars were on point. I was like, okay, cool. Wait, let me pause this. I need to write down every license plate I fucking see. So many goddamn license plates.
Oh my god.
So I'm going through, and I'm like, okay, there's Charlie Sheen, cool, riding a dirt bike. What kind of dirt bike is that?
There was more pictures of the car than Charlie Sheen.
And I got through, it was like really bad acting, but like I don't say this often about 80 movies. I enjoyed it. It got me into it, and I was like, this is okay. This is all right. I'm down with this. And it just, I was invested. The soundtrack had me, and then the story was campy and cheesy, but I enjoyed it.
It was 80s campy.
Oh, it was so 80s.
It was 80s cheesy.
It's
par for the course, really.
Yeah, it was a one serious note away from being like a Jason, but the music was too pop rock at the time, I guess. Super rock that was in
prog rock.
Yeah, not prog rock, but it was the popular rock at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet, I'm down.
It was that upbeat.
It was like Rocky's training music.
Yeah.
Rocky's training.
Flashdance comes to mind.
Yeah. I was in. I enjoyed it.
It's like, I'm gonna murder these people, but push it to the limit.
Yeah.
It's almost like what if Ozzy Osbourne was part of fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this sandwich later.
That was so amazing.
What about you, Vic? I recommend the movie. You had to sit down and watch it. What were you thinking? Had you seen it before? And, your first impressions, that kind of thing?
All right. So I started the movie, and, the intro, I like the old-ass, freaking
graphics.
Microsoft PowerPoint 95 text. And then it starts out, and then you could see the lights, and then I got kind of upset in the beginning because the lights were just going through the cactuses, and then they started to follow the road. I'm like, why couldn't you just float straight? And then they morphed, and then it happened. Some guy in a Tron outfit.
Yeah.
And
did you know? And I didn't know this, but the entire opening. Well, I'm sure you know it, but if you watch the entire opening. That whole scene with the lights and it flying through, every single thing in that opening was animated.
Yeah.
There was nothing real in that whole thing. It wasn't like they
yes, there was
over a picture. No, everything
was animated. The explosion through the poster was real.
It was animated.
It was? No!
It was animated. The whole opening was animated. That was one of their bragging rights. In the kind of, I'm not gonna say like behind the scenes, but like staff interviews and stuff like that, they were because I'll get to it later, but there was a part of the movie where it made me stop the fucking movie and go, these motherfuckers, I fucking know that they fucking did. So I went online And I'm like researching shit, right? And I'm like, hell no.
Not again.
No. I'm like cross-referencing stuff.
Not again.
I found old interviews with the cast and crew. Well, not so much the cast, but with the crew and the directors and the art directors that worked on it. And yeah, they were bragging about the entire opening was all digitally animated, the whole fucking thing. So I went back and of course I watched it. I had to watch it like 3 fucking times. And like my second and third time watching it through, I was watching it and I was like, yeah, it's animated. It's good, but it's animated.
Yeah.
So that was that.
All right. So
go ahead.
All right. So yeah, I liked it. It was good. It's full of plot holes. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. The plot's everywhere. The plot is everywhere, and it upset me so much. But then I saw titties, so I didn't expect to see titties.
And it was like 80s titties too. It was just like, hey, here's some titties. And you're like, oh, this feels kind of awkward and forced, but I'm gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an 80s horror / thriller film, so they had to throw in titties.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I got kind of upset when, they just knew each other for 2 days and then started making out on the third, and then I realized, but he knew her in the past life. And then they went to the water, and she pulled out a titty, and then it was turned into softcore porn.
Yeah.
Because it really did. You cannot tell.
Oh, man.
The guy from Rughead, he's actually in a couple movies that I've seen before.
Yeah, I've seen him in a couple of movies as well. He's very I don't know his name, but he's very like noticeable. He's like
one of those guys.
like a Gary, what's his name? Not Gary Busey.
Goldman?
Yeah, no, not Gary Goldman. What's his fucking name? The dude that's like he's in every fucking movie, but he's never the main character.
Freaking Rob Schneider?
No, not Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider always tries to be the fucking main character.
He's not in the Adam Sandler movies. He's telling people to do it.
Stop. Go to your room.
He was in fucking Con Air as the psycho. I can't remember what his fucking name is.
Not a Con Air fan.
Reservoir Dogs? Mr. Pink?
Gary Sinise?
No, not Gary Sinise.
Gary Busey.
I looked up the name a second ago too.
It's gonna fucking fuck with me, man. My stupid internet is so shit right now because this stupid fucking Van Helsing movie. I'm gonna fucking copy the goddamn link.
He's just gonna break through the window.
I'm just gonna be so mad, and I swear to God, if my computer opens up fucking The Sims 3, I'm gonna be so mad because I just clicked this fucking corner like a million goddamn times to close this fucking internet.
I'm so done.
Oh, is it Mr. Pink? It's gonna pop up all kinds of porn.
Bum, bum, ba-da.
All right. Well, while you're looking for that, I guess I'll just.
It's not even Gary at all.
I told you it wasn't Gary. My Google's working now, by the way. It was Van Helsing that was fucking up my computer. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, it's long, but it was good. It had its cheesy points, but I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the soundtrack.
I liked it in the beginning. I've never watched this film, which is why I suggested it. It was one that I enjoy bad B movies. I more enjoy really good B movies, like those gems in the rough. You know, like if they had a bigger budget or better actors, the movie would have been phenomenal. You know, and so when I watch these older horror films or thriller films, I should say, you know, they kind of have a special place in my heart because that was the generation of movies that I grew up with. You had your Friday the 13th, Jason, you know, Halloween.
Right.
You had the Thing and
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's not forget that one.
Love it.
So you know, The Exorcist, etc., etc. You know, you get all these older films and they don't have that cheesiness, but they're good films. And then when you go into 80s, they always have this really weird fucking cheesy. Like I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy Chud a lot more, you know, than what I probably let on, just because of the cheesy factor. And it's something about the 80s movies that they just do that for me.
So I'm watching that he wanted to shove it up his ass.
Yeah, it's that cheese. It's my plug. So you know, I'm watching the movie. I get through the animation. And I was like, wow, what shitty animation. And then like.
Karen just said that. She just texted me.
Okay, I will say that, Vic, I agree with you, because here's the thing: the lights all come together, right? They're flying, right, in like straight lines, right? Then they get on the road, and then they start doing this bouncing with the road, like they're following the curvature of the road. And then for no fucking reason, it blows through one of the fucking signs.
Yeah.
And it was like, you were just on the road. Like, why would you hit the fucking billboard?
That
doesn't
sign?
even make any fucking sense.
Fuck that sign in particular.
Yeah.
It was Randy Quaid's face.
And here's my thing: if this is, and I didn't know where they were going with this at all when I first watched it, right? I didn't know it was some sort of like rip off of The Crow, right?
That's
See?
Thank you. I was exactly the same thing I thought.
I told you.
But it was, I didn't know that where they were going. So, it came from fucking space, these lights. So I was like, okay, maybe they're like space aliens or something, right? And so it just plowed through a cactus and then a fucking sign. And it would have no idea if it would make it through those objects. It would be like if we took like a spaceship down to some alien planet and just started smashing it through shit. And it was like, you don't know if you're going to make it. It might have hit that fucking sign, and it might have been, 12 inches of fucking lead, and it would have, like, plastered itself on the fucking side of it, and that would have been it. It would have been, he would have had fucking 3/4 of a car. Like,
Just get that.
This motherfucker he's done.
But
You know what
what?
so dumb. You know what upset me? They probably blew up that car so damn much. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so then they get in, and then the main characters aren't the fucking main characters at all. They're just plot, basically, to move the story along. And with Greg, or I don't know where the fuck I keep getting Greg signed.
Jake.
With his fucking girlfriend. No, the first people, the
Oh,
first couple.
Packard.
And
Oh,
so,
no, okay.
Yeah, the very first couple that gets ganged. And I really like how he was like, we want something pink. And
Yeah.
he eyes the girl, and she's like, oh my god,
Oh
and then the guy's like, the guy was like, no way. Like, that's gonna stop like a gang of serial rapists from stealing your girl out of your car and fucking raping her. Be like, no, and then he's like, nah, we want your pink slip. And then I like how they lose. He comes back, obviously he wants to come back for the girl. And then they're like, it's our car, nice and legal. And I'm thinking, that's not actually legal at all. Like, street racing for pink slips is not legal at all, because you still have to take the registration and get it registered in their name. Like, if me and Danny raced and he took my pink slip and took it to the fucking DMV, I, as the last owner, would still have to fucking sign it over.
You gotta remember they had a chop shop.
It doesn't fucking matter. Like,
he said legal, and there's not no.
Not
even close.
It was the 80s. You got to take
because
it.
if it was me,
it might have been legal in the 80s,
and I lost my fucking car, I would at least try to memorize one of the fucking license plate numbers. Go to
all
the
those goddamn
cops,
license plates,
just one, and then go to the fucking cops and be like, they fucking stole my car. And then when they were like, well, he raced it and lost his pink slip fair and square, I'd be like, I didn't fucking race shit. They came by and stole my car, and I have a witness. Hey, darling, did they come? So I'm like, yeah, they had a shotgun and they stole my fucking car. I want my fucking car back, arrest them, and then it'll be end of story. But you can't do that because it's an 80s film and they had to keep the plot going.
They wanted something pink, and I didn't want to give it to them.
They threatened
and
to
so
rape me.
they made them walk through the fucking desert.
Right.
On a horse with no name.
Ah, god damn you.
And then it actually gets to the real story, and Charlie Sheen rides in like a fucking white knight on his fucking goddamn little bicycle, which didn't make any sense to me. Like,
I forgot the name of it. I even knew what model it was because I figured out what the. Oh my god!
And then they go to race against him, and how did you feel about? I feel like the movie tried to make Augie as despicable as fucking possible in the very short amount of time.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Ever on
really
screen.
Did.
Yeah,
I liked him. And like the worst word in that movie was faggot. Like,
I'll catch you later, faggot. I like how he's got a knife to his fucking throat, and he's like, "I'm gonna rip open your head and vomit down your fucking throat." And it was like, what? Like, you're an idiot. Shut the fuck up and sit down.
I thought he was. Look, he looked like the fat kid from The Sandlot when he grew up and got skinny.
I feel like, although he would have been a dipshit, I wouldn't have called them dogs. I would have just called him Observatory. That would have been his nickname for me. And then when they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was like, oh, all those fucking freckles on his face makes him look like goddamn stars scattered all over the place. So, of course, he's a fucking observatory.
He did it
I can count the fucking northern lights across his fucking nose.
Right?
He looked like a goddamn connect the fucking picture.
Oh,
connect
my
the
God.
dots.
Did you guys notice the freaking skank? His hair changed every fucking day.
Every time.
Yeah. That was dedication, you know?
He got up every morning and was like, how did
Uh-huh.
I do it yesterday? Let me look at my Polaroid. Okay, I'm going to do it different today.
No, there was a lot of freaking.
So then they introduce, the two characters. I guess the main villain and the girlfriend, and their interactions with each other. I really feel, and I mentioned this to Danny, that there was another movie that we had watched. What was that movie?
That narrows it down. Thanks.
No, Danny, I remember I was telling you about the dude where he's like, I'm fucking stressing out. It was a Toxic Avenger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Toxic Avenger, they had a bad guy on there, and he was, like, overly stressed, and, like, any kind of stress would cause him to rage into, like, the psychotic fucking madness. And so, like, his little trigger was, like, it's stressing me out, man! It's stressing me out! That was, like, his thing.
Stressing me out! He'd make the face with it.
Yeah, and then he would be like, "Arr!" And then, like, start killing people, and no one would ever say anything.
You know what?
I felt like the bad guy was kind of like that, and he had the same kind of genre where, oh, it's making me slightly angry. Pull out my knife and start threatening people, kind of thing.
Yeah. You know what pissed me off? When he came into when the Wraith came into the night, and with the shot, and he went out with the shotgun, and the guy just stood there, like he just like if he was, I don't know, like he didn't do anything. He just stood there while the guy shot all the cars up, the motor, everything.
Well, it's because he was a chicken shit. He had to act tough, but he didn't really want to do anything.
Right. He was really petrified,
felt,
but he kept that goofy ass look on his face all the time.
I felt bad for Rughead.
Dude, yeah.
When he shot up his engine, and you can tell, like, that was, like, basically his life's work.
He's like, no!
He was like, no!
I tell you, you know what this movie also reminded me of? It was, now that you said it, it's The Crow meets Fast and the Furious in the 80s.
It is, except that The Crow had a way easier to follow backstory, because it was all pretty much laid out. And this is the thing. I knew that the premise of the movie, The Wraith, was that a dude had gotten killed, and that he came back with a supernatural car out for revenge to kill all the people who killed him. Very Crow-like.
Right.
Except the Crow didn't have a supernatural car; he just had supernatural powers. What I don't get, or what I didn't get, was when they did the first flashback, and they're stabbing him to death and cutting him up and shit.
So
it was
awkward.
It was very awkward, and it was a really weird place to put it in the movie. And so, like, you're having to piece together this murder through the whole fucking movie with no context, mind you.
None.
Zero fucking context. Because if I didn't describe to you what the movie was, or you didn't read the subtitle, it would be really hard to understand that the Wraith was this dude who had fucking died, and he came back to life with this souped up car. Like, there's no connection. There was never a fucking connection made. In The Crow, there was the connection, because they made the grave scene where he comes out and claws out of the fucking grave. It's obviously him. He had to put on makeup to disguise himself. He just wasn't like a fucking different actor,
Right.
I mean, I kind of understood, because, like, when like the beginning part, I mean, I obviously didn't know Charlie Sheen was the Wraith. I didn't know, but when, like, the guy asked, "Wait, where'd you get those scars?" and then they showed the cutscene.
Yeah.
You kind of, you had to piece them together. It wasn't obvious, but it could have been done.
And it was kind of weird that it was not weird to me that he sought out his ex-girlfriend. That was not weird to me. What was weird to me was that the very next person he met was his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the fucking people in that town, he just so happened to meet his brother.
What upset me the most was that they drove off in the end like there was nothing. He said he didn't have much time left. I thought he was gonna ascend to heaven. Nah, his ass rode off in a damn dirt bike with this girl.
Yeah, that's also something I didn't understand. In The Crow, when he finished his job, he died. He went back to the fucking grave.
Right. And
that was it. End of story. He came back for revenge, and he was given time to come back for revenge. In The Wraith, apparently, you just get a fucking second chance.
That's what he said at the end. He's like,
you just gotta kill enough people, and then you come back as a fucking clone of somebody else. You take over somebody else's fucking life, basically. And then,
Charlie Sheen used to be an accountant.
He's an accountant in New York. Like, wishing he had a more exciting life.
What happened to him? Like that.
Yeah, what happened to him and his wife and 3 kids that are left over there wondering whatever happened to him?
She becomes the next Wraith.
So, like, it's just a cycle. What'd you feel about the Wraith's car?
That thing was cool. For a Chrysler, not Chrysler, GM, right? That's what it was. I think so.
No.
I don't remember. But for that old-ass car that doesn't even exist anymore, I digged it.
Yeah, for the time period, it was fucking slick.
Yeah, it looked really futuristic.
And how'd you like that engine?
That was so ridiculous.
Like, I like when he opened it and you can just see him go like...
His head got 3 times bigger when he looked at it. You cannot tell me. You can... No, when they opened because the motor was in the back of the car. He opened the hood.
Like a fucking
and his
Volkswagen.
head... Yeah, his head was 3 times bigger. His hair got 3 times bigger. Like, if you go back to that scene, you will see it. Everything got 3 times bigger. And it made me so mad.
And then he was like, just hook it up. And so he hooks it up. What the fuck is he hooking it up to?
Right, like, what?
I thought it, honestly,
I
thought he was going to
shit.
get shocked and die.
Fuck you. Yeah, I thought he was going to get electrocuted.
I thought he was going to get shocked and died.
So there was that. What I didn't understand... And this is something that I don't fucking get, and I think this comes as a loophole in like forcing the story. He races Augie, kills him, right? And I have to admit, his method of killing them is pretty fucking badass.
That was pretty metal.
He races him and makes him speed up, then he fucking hauls ass away from him. So they're forced to haul ass as fast as they can, and then around a blind curve, he's just parked. So they can't even slam on their fucking brakes.
Yeah, there's no stopping.
And it's always on this part of the road where they can't even leave the road to avoid him. So they have to plow through him, and then their car fucking explodes like the whole thing's made out of matchsticks.
Yeah, and that's the 80s for you. Oh yeah, no, it definitely explodes when it hits something.
I was really surprised that fucking Skank's car didn't explode.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I honestly thought it was.
But so they kill Augie, and then they know. Oh, and then after that, he comes into the shop and starts blasting the whole fucking shop, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is what made me stop and have to go and do research. And this isn't as extensive research as what you're used to. It's what Skank said. Because they were like, Skank, who was that? And he was like, I don't know, but he's weird and pissed off. That is a direct quote from The Thing.
That's right. That's, oh my God.
My favorite fucking quote. What is that thing?
I don't know, but it's weird, pissed off.
And so I was like, fuck no. Fuck no, they didn't just take that fucking line. Hell no, they just didn't. So I had to stop. I had to find fucking trivia and shit on the movie. And as it turns out, it was unscripted that he said that. He was supposed to say something else, but this is per the director. They came in, they were shooting that scene, and they asked Skank, who was that? And he was supposed to say something else, but instead he fucking forgot his line, and he just quoted a big movie from that time, which was The Thing. And he said, I don't know, but it's weird and pissed off. And they loved it so much because at the time, it was an iconic line. It was like, that was the line. Apparently, like, I'm not the only one who really loved that quote. Apparently, like, that was a big thing back then when the movie first came out.
Slogan for Coca-Cola.
It was. It was like, what is that? And it was like, I don't know, but it's weird, pissed off, but tastes great, refreshing, But
Oh,
so at least, you know, I understood that they didn't just steal the line and try to be like, no, we were original. You know, like they came out and they were like, no, you know, it was a homage to the best movie. You know, it really, you know, originally they were only going to have the corpses be like burnt up, charred corpses and not even show them.
Right.
Just kind of leave it to the imagination. But they showed them, and they showed them as creepily as they did, because of the influence of body horror because of The Thing. They said
the only one that
bizarre that they wanted to include it, you know, just to add that extra element of the surreal, that there is really something fucked up going on besides the fact that you just saw his car blew up and then reassemble itself.
Yeah. The only thing I thought was weird was when Packard gets blown up and he's just in his undies. I thought he was gonna get up from that and they were gonna arrest him, honestly, but he wasn't white. He didn't have the black holes or anything, but he was dead.
That had me confused too, but you know,
they had a lot of continuity issues because the Wraith has these braces things on, and every time he kills one of his killers, one of them goes away. Well, he killed Augie. One of the braces disappeared, but then when he shows up in the shop with the shotgun, he has all of them on him again.
Nah, that don't happen.
I didn't see him all.
I remember.
It took me to the second time to watch it because, you know, it would show it disappear, and I was like, oh, I thought that was part of the car as it reassembles itself, you know? I'm also a little disappointed in the car reassembly. I understand it's a Wraith, it's a spectral kind of power, you know what I mean? However, I would have appreciated it more if the car was more like Christine. Have you ever watched the movie Christine?
It remakes itself.
Yeah, the car goes out on its own and kills, and it'll kill in a similar fashion. It makes people wreck into it. It runs through fucking houses and it smashes itself up. But then the car like unfucks itself. Right. Like it doesn't magically just appear as a full car. Like dents get pushed out of it. The lights have to fucking reform back up like a skin wrap. It all happens very fast. Yeah, it all happens very fast, but it's still it's visually fucking cool, you know, to watch, you know, this fucked up ass mirror like to just straighten itself out like you're inflating a fucking balloon or something. So I would have been more impressed with that. I understand they probably had a limitation with budget, so they just kind of leave the lens flare and then the car appears. The second body, like you said, there was a continuity issue where there was nothing really wrong with him. He was just kind of in his underwear, which is kind of weird that he would be in his underwear. I do like how they left Rughead alone, though.
Yeah, that did make me happy.
They did hint very hard. Well, here's the thing, and this is what kind of fucked me up, was that they originally pulled out the shotgun and he was going to shoot the Wraith in his car before the second idiot decided to fucking race him, because that seems like a wise thing to fucking do, right? But they didn't want to shoot him with a shotgun because Rughead was there. And Skank had told, you know, the main guy, he was like, hey, look, you know, there's too many fucking people here, i.e. Rughead. You know, I think it's too intense for him. He's going to fucking snap and break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meaning that he wasn't there the night they murdered him.
He was, but he wasn't paying. He wasn't.
No,
he was waiting in the car. Because he says he was waiting in the car, but and he knew that they put a body in the trunk, but he didn't know who it was.
Right. So, you know, he wasn't actively participating in it. So I think that was kind of cool that the Wraith let him go.
Yeah. I was happy about that.
I feel. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I like the character. I like the character of Rughead. I like that trope of you have these basically gangsters, right? Let's be honest, right? They were a fucking gang. But Rughead was the expert. He was the guy who knew every fucking vehicle, knew the fucking value of the vehicle, knew what the value of all the parts, and had all the mechanical knowledge to build engines and do everything. So he was their fucking nerd. So although you can tell that they probably had this disdain for him, they knew that they needed him. However, however, it's only hinted. I would have liked it more if they would have really delved into his knowledge.
They're gonna make a backstory prequel.
Well, no, not like a backstory prequel, but I mean, like, I wish they would have asked him more fucking questions. Like when they first stopped the car, just have him throw out a line and be like, "Hey, man, this car's a 1953, blah 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 blah. It's worth this much money." And he's like, "Okay, cool. I'm interested in something fucking pink, or something, Yeah. And every time he saw a car, he could quote it, or he could see a car and just pop off the fucking value. It would have been a very small thing to have him walk from, let's say, like the restroom or from the order line at the fucking burger place, and as he's passing by the cars, just listing prices for the cars.
Like Rain Man, like that one's 45,000. 45,000.
Yeah, well, not that fucking, not like mentally challenged, but just knowing it, being able to look at it or being like, "Ooh, those are custom rims. How much do you get those for?" Just like little things in the background that would not have been the main screen. I think would have fleshed out his character a lot more. But I mean, you know me, I'm all about character development.
Yeah,
I love.
I don't think they were developed back in the.
I don't. Yeah, no, and I don't think that they really tried very hard to develop any of the characters. They were all very trope-like. I don't know. I think that's about it. I don't understand how he gave the car away, like with that magical engine.
Even though it was a ghost car, but okay.
Yeah, I don't understand why he was riding around a motorcycle. I think it would have been cool if he like rode around in a really shit car, and then it transformed into the Wraith.
Yeah.
As opposed to he just kind of had like a motorcycle in the trunk or something. I don't know. They rode off in the distance with no plan, no money, no fucking anything.
He's a ghost. He don't need it.
I guess. It's like, fuck it, he don't have to eat, And I think the only other thing that I really liked was Randy Quaid's character. Because he was it was like he was trying so hard
so
to
cringy.
be the serious,
cringy.
fucking detective, and he was just full of down folksy wisdom, down folksy sayings, and it was just every fucking line of his was so cringeworthy, but he was trying.
He did.
So, like, I can only imagine that there were some times in there where they had to take multiple takes because you could feel like he was like, "That doesn't sound right. Let me try that."
Can
again.
You do that again?
And like he was like trying so fucking hard to be the serious detective, and it was just like, dude, you come off so fake. You look like Randy Quaid trying to pretend to be a cop.
Yeah.
I was too distracted by the gap in his teeth.
Oh God. Just
I think are we ready for what is it, ratings?
Ratings. We'll do ratings.
Yeah, ratings.
Ready for ratings? Let's do this. Danny, how would you rate the film? Does anybody else have anything else?
I got one more thing.
What's that?
The very first car that they take from the race is the same one that Augie rides. They just painted up red.
It was probably his car now.
No. I mean, like in the making the movie, they reused that.
Oh,
car.
It's the same car. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Good catch.
Well, it looks like I'm losing the questions.
Danny, anything else? Are you done?
No, I'm contente. Thank you.
All right. So we're moving on. Danny, what was your rating?
This will surprise you, but I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 turbos out of 5.
Really?
Yeah.
You did enjoy it.
I did.
The soundtrack was solid.
The soundtrack
was very solid.
Soundtrack brought it there. It was. I rarely give the 5 out even. I felt 4 was too low, so I went halfway between the two.
I'm surprised. Normally, you don't much care for these kind of movies.
Right. I said that in the beginning, and 4.5 out of 5 is very fitting. So, turbo up.
All right. Vic, what was your rating scheme? What would you say about the movie?
I liked it, and I mean, obviously, plot holes, but hey, it's an '80s movie. Don't expect much.
That's his rating. I liked it.
No. I give it 4 out of 5 scars.
4 out of 5 knife scars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so dead.
I love it.
I'm done. Oh shit.
Well, I would have to say if you have 2 hours to blow or 2 hours worth of some sort of automotive fluid, I would say put down the flight grease and watch the movie. I think it's very enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's cheesy. It's very 80s. It's campy. There are plot holes. The acting is not the best. It's not the worst. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
it's not Charlie Sheen's finest moment.
It's not. And let's be honest, it's not Randy Quaid's finest moments either. It's like he did too many National Lampoon movies and just couldn't get out of that fucking mindset.
Right.
But I think overall the movie was very entertaining. I think that the story, although not original because of The Crow at the time, it was very original.
Well before The Crow, friendo.
Yeah, well before The Crow. I think The Crow was, what, 95, 96, something like that?
92, 93.
Okay, like early 90s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it basically beat out The fucking Crow by like almost 10 years. And, you know, for the graphics they had at the time, it was really good. They actually did have to blow up fucking cars.
Yeah, the explosions were great, man.
Not everybody can digitally graphic that shit back then.
I think they did though, because I also read that the Wraith itself was donated by Dodge, and they did not.
It was a Chrysler, Dodge and Chrysler. It was a Chrysler.
It was Dodge. It was a Dodge M4A.
So, you know, I just thought that it was kind of cool. And I highly recommend that if you've never watched the movie before, take the opportunity to watch it once, give it a go.
And then do the blow and do it again.
Yeah. So there we go. Pictures. Who wants to go first?
I do. I really do.
Go first. I want
to see.
I kind of watered it down this week, but it's so befitting to what put me there. I was gonna do the he protect, he attack, he never coming back.
I can just already see that.
But I decided against it. And it was gonna have all three different hairstyles he had throughout the hair colors. No, that's my hero, man. He was so great. I loved him. He was
so over the fucking top.
He pulled me into that movie. Is what him and his little fucking gutter boy.
It's almost sad to see them fucking go.
He looks like a young Gary Busey.
In the pre-drugs, like the beginning of drugs, Gary Busey.
Before the what's that damn movie?
The rampant alcoholism.
Yeah, that too. That's a thing.
I liked it.
Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick.
All right. So I made a video again.
Oh Jesus!
Damn it!
All right. Now, before I put the link up, I am not going for the win. But if I get the win, nice. I'm going for the Essence Award because what I made is full of plot holes.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
God damn it. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
It's been a long
God damn it, I hate this song.
without you, my friend.
I'm so dead.
All about it when I see you again. We've come a
Okay.
That summed it up right there. Fuck, man.
All right, so I made a picture. I'm going to put it up here. There it is, everybody.
All right.
It's my picture.
Loaded.
Oh.
Mom said
I was gonna do the same route. I was gonna do Lieutenant Dan. You got new legs.
Oh,
Mama said they was my magic legs. They take me anywhere. I don't know. It's the 80s, right?
Right.
So they don't have the concept of like future tech, right? I mean, they did, but it was different than what we have today.
It was inspired from the 80s.
Right, it's all 80s inspired. So his suit, I don't understand why he had like braces on top of his fucking skin tight suit that was like all padded leather and then the ultra big visor.
But then he was okay when he was
They
Charlie
were the lights.
Sheen.
They were the lights that formed. There were 6 lights. 4 of them were in his arms and.
The thing is, and this is according to the director, that what it was supposed to imply was that after each kill, the brace would leave and the Wraith would become stronger. However, if you watch the movie, he never gets stronger.
No, it never.
He just kind of remains the same. It would be different if like the first time, you know, he had to like physically kill the guy. You know, like he raided the shop with a shotgun, the dude was standing there and he had to kill him. And then the second time his car can regenerate. The third time, you know, something else would happen. You know, he could make the car strangle the dude, like fucking Friday the 13th style. You know, but like, there would have been cool if there was an increase of power, but his tactic never changed. No. And that really kind of did it for me. I don't understand, like, the third time they go to fucking race his ass, like, it's going to be okay. Like, everything's going to be fine. I don't know. I think I'm going to change my rating.
I liked how he could just solve everything by blowing up. Just blew up the cop cars.
Yeah, just destroy everything with my car.
I'm thinking, Vic, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the point for the best video thing there. It's actually really good. I liked it a lot. It's very funny. Danny, I'm gonna actually give you the Essence Award only because Jesus Christ, he is the essence of fucking 80s movies.
Yeah, no, it's like right out the gate too. Like right out the gate when they're at the fucking dead block for the dude and he's like drinking whatever he's drinking, he's like, oh man, it's some strong shit. Yeah.
This guy got
Jesus. Yeah. He said that more than once.
I was like,
yeah. Oh, it's got some kick.
It's got some kick.
It's my dude,
best. My hero.
Skate, that's what you do best. That's what you do best.
He was like Scrappy Doo. His little buddy was like Scrappy Doo, man.
He almost shot his foot.
Oh, he did.
I told you I'm not good with guns, Skank. I don't know.
He sounds like Carl.
Oh
my
no.
God.
No. Like,
the gun, Skank. Oh no. Mama always said I shouldn't play with guns, Skank.
The recoil.
I told you were driving too fast. It was too fast for me.
Got a boy, are you driving around with that skank again?
I realized something. I don't know if it'll be a question or not, but did anyone notice when they went into the graveyard and the tombstone actually said the guy's name?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, I noticed that. I forgot about the graveyard scene.
It was super awkward.
So the score now is Danny 2 points, Vic has 3. Vic is leading by 1 point, which means nothing.
Means nothing.
Means nothing. Means nothing. So shall we move on to question time?
Let's go.
Well, so let's hope I can actually hit the button and it'll process faster than the damn computer.
PC Master Race, bitch.
Okay.
Here to type something, Danny.
I already did, buddy. I'm ready to roll.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to cut this out of the recording. My computer, for whatever reason, is running kind of slow, so it's taking forever to open up this fucking Word document.
It's okay, cause we's live anyways. Make him say, nah. He's got to change one of the questions now because of the fucking tombstone. Way to go.
No, it's not. That's not. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Question number 1. Question number 1. With 1 point, worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is Skank and Gutter Boy's drink of choice? Go. Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
What? I pushed it once.
It's a hydraulic fluid.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Hey.
That is correct. Hydraulic fluid. Very good. Danny gets the points.
I'm not gonna win because this damn phone.
All right. Question number 2, worth 2 points. Ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In what city and state is the movie set in? Go. Danny again?
Hey, Brooks, Arizona.
That is
Population
correct.
6,483. Elevation 5,064.
If you missed the sign in the very beginning, you can piece it together. Billy
And Frank
Hankins
saw the
actually
sign.
says it. He says, if you ever need a burger in Brooks, you call me, okay? And then he also goes on to say, War of the Worlds. The invasion of Earth has begun right here in Arizona, folks. So there you go. Brooks, Arizona. Danny, 2 more points. Phenomenal. You are just fucking on a roll today.
Call me butter.
Can't push the button fast enough. It's not processing fast enough. That's what it is.
Only because I really love this character. Question number 3, worth 3 points. What is Skank's real name? Go. Oh, Danny, getting
Push
it
it
in.
first.
Motherfucking Maurice.
Maurice, that is correct.
Maurice.
I cannot push the button fast enough. I'm pushing it. I blame my phone.
Oh shit.
Danny blazing ahead with a score of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points. That's actually really incredible.
Thank you.
8
It's funny.
points. Vic having 3 points.
I took notes this time too on my phone while I was watching the movie.
Doesn't that make a difference?
It does make a difference.
It does make a difference.
But I made
Okay.
sure to note Maurice because I loved Maurice.
Yeah, I loved him too.
Maurice.
And when he said it, I was like, all right, that has to be.
He was like Maurice, and I was like, oh, his name's Maurice. Yo, he said his real name.
I like how his uncle even called him Skank.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't call him Maurice. He was like, oh, Maurice? Yeah, he's over there with his buddy Gutter Boy. Like, yeah. All right. Here comes the Jeopardy question.
Yes, sir. Private
I need you all
message.
to private message me how many points you're gambling.
What's the score again? 8 to...
8 to 3. 8 to 3.
I think I just dropped my...
You dropped your pride? It's okay.
No.
Dropped your will to live? That's completely understandable.
Dropped his dad. Oh, wait.
Oh, more like dad dropped him.
Oh, rip. God damn, man. That was dark even for me.
It's fucking brutal. I wonder if he killed himself fast.
I'm just gonna start pushing ahead of go now. From now. I really am, because by the time I push it, it'll process. Maybe I'll get a chance.
Fuck.
You don't have to wait for me to say go for you to submit how many points you want, Vic.
That's true. This
Oh.
is...
I forgot.
Rip.
Oh, Jesus.
This is why.
Rip.
This is why.
Trigger. Alright. So, I got Danny's, and I got Vic's. Here's your question, gentlemen. How does the lieutenant like his burgers? So there we go. How's the lieutenant like
Can you
his
say the
burgers?
question again?
Yes. How does the lieutenant like his burgers? Sheriff Loomis, if you will.
Alright.
How does he like his burgers? So while the Misfits are going ahead and giving me those answers, enjoy this wonderful song from Deno Songs. Deno Songs is what Misfit Inc uses. Take it away.
True. And live, we're going to get some Jeopardy going. What's up?
Oh, get the remix.
Where'd this song go?
You went like half Dora the Explorer. I'm not gonna lie.
Did it! Does anybody remember where Didits, that character, came from?
Duddits?
Ah, there we go, Duddits. Love Duddits.
Hey, this remix is pretty sick, though.
He had a terminal illness.
That's fucked up.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said, but okay. He didn't work.
Hey.
Alright, let's see. Did you guys submit your answers?
Yeah.
Alright. And we're back. All right.
I like
the Jeopardy question that they were given was, how does the lieutenant like his burgers? How does he order them? That kind of thing. So, Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, you bet. 1 lonely point.
He walks a lonely
Being
road.
a dickhole.
Fuck that. I'm not tying it again.
And you said, no onions, pickles, and raw as fuck. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You were correct about the pickles, though. But that is incorrect answer. The raw as fuck were the 2 cowboys who came in and wanted to order them raw. Remember, a good veterinarian in 10 minutes can have them burgers up and walking.
Yeah.
But that is not how he had his burger. Vic!
It's okay.
Going big or going home.
All in.
Vic, 3 points. And says he likes his burgers without pickles. That is a partial answer, and I will give you partial credit for that. So I'll refund you 1 point. And the way that he liked his burgers, if you would have watched and looked at his burger as he tore it apart, it's meat, cheese, lettuce, mayo, and of course no pickles. Does not like pickles.
I thought he threw
I
onions
wrote
off of
without
it
pickles.
So
well, he was looking a little more specifics.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it was everything else without pickles. Just okay. That works.
I don't really eat mayo on my burgers. So
Yeah, right.
That's
a white people thing.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't like
See.
It's impossible. You're Hispanic.
what?
The final score is Vic with 1 very wrong point.
Oh.
And Danny with an astonishing 7 points, making you the winner of this podcast.
Yeah.
And the person who chooses the next movies. Danny, what hell, tormentous hell, are you going to subject us to for the next podcast? You have a lot of pent-up rage, sir.
I do. I'm the angriest of angries. It's gonna take a minute because I wasn't prepared for this.
Oh, Jesus.
Pulls out a speech. No. You know what? I'm gonna do it, and I don't care if anybody else is. Has anybody seen seen Hero?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
Like the Jet
Li movie. Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to guess, but okay.
You know what? I saw this once, I think, a long time ago when it first came out. I remember nothing about this movie.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious. I kind of spoiled that one, but
We're watching here.
God damn it.
Is it on Netflix by any chance?
It is on Netflix. But yeah, you know what? That's what damn it, I ruined it.
There's so many to choose from.
There are, and I'll say that for another time. That's fine. Fuck, man. I wasn't ready. I really wasn't. And this is live now.
If you pushed the button slower, I would have.
Well, you know, and then we would have had to watch like American Pie or something. Fucking.
No, I was not gonna pick American Pie.
Liar.
He was gonna pick Spawn, the movie.
Right?
I've
considered that one. I do love that movie.
John Leguizamo is a fucking man.
Yeah, he was. Like you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
That's a good documentary.
I've considered it. I've considered it before, but I'm not a sadist. So there's that. Let me do a thing. Let me type in something in the search.
Vic, unfortunately, you can't pick Lucha Mexico because that is a 2016 documentary.
I was not gonna pick. Oh my God! Don't tell me there's a. Is there a documentary?
Yeah, it's called Lucha Mexico. It's about luchadors. Documentary captures the colorful spectacle of Lucha Libre, a form of Mexican pro wrestling performed by masked superheroes and villains.
You're so bad. You're the worst. The best around. No one's ever gonna keep you down.
So we're picking the Karate Kid now?
No, I'm not
Okay.
picking the. Oh, God damn it! That's what that's from. He's not. That's well played, friend. Well played. Kung Fu movies? I don't know. I don't know what I want now. Fuck.
I mean,
I wasn't ready.
God, as long as it's not a Titanic, I'll be fine.
No, I would never.
oh my God! Please don't.
I would
please
never.
don't.
I'm a better man than that. I am offended that you would think.
You know,
otherwise.
it all went downhill since I picked Forrest Gump.
It did, and that is your fault.
This podcast was going downhill long before you picked Forrest Gump.
I don't think we ever started going uphill, did we? I don't think.
I know if I ever have to pick another movie, I know exactly what movie I'm picking.
You know what?
I mean,
let's do it because
1967.
Here we go.
oh, SHIT-uation's game. Oh my God.
No, in like Flint.
Kane 4. Whatever.
Wait, what?
I don't know. This movie is from 1995.
You're having second thoughts, Frank.
No, I'm not. He plays jury and executioner in the streets of futuristic megalopolis, only to find system turn on him when he's framed for murder.
Oh,
RoboCop.
No.
RoboCop.
Yes.
Oh no.
I am the law.
Stallone.
Did
Judge Dredd.
Oh, that's a RoboCop.
Judge
Talk
Dredd.
about Rob Schneider.
Yes.
Oh.
Judge Dredd, starring Sylvester Stallone, Armand Assani, Rob Schneider, Jorgen Porkchop, and Max von Sydow. Yeah, classic.
Fucking movie.
It's so painful.
I watched it once.
Yay!
I got
Yay! You're watching-
I got through it, and I fucking hated Judge Dredd after that. So fucking, and people would be like, "I'm the law," and I'd be like, "Just please, just fucking Stallone."
It was going to be comic booky. It was going to be comic booky, and it was a toss up between this, Punisher, and Hellboy, and Spawn.
I would have much preferred Punisher, but I already watched the fuck out of that movie.
It's a good movie.
You know,
Hellboy, I'm not a fan. I'm not against, but I'm just not a fan.
Right.
Not a Hellboy fan. I'm just kind of glad you didn't pick E.T.
No, I can't. I won't. So.
You haven't seen Judge Dredd?
No, I have not.
Yay!
Oh, you are in for a delicacy.
You friend, are in for a treat.
Well, I mean, if I can make a meme out of it, it's good.
This whole movie.
The movie is a meme. That I am the law.
And as he goes on and gets more upset, it gets even more worse.
I think this is the movie where he had the stroke, is why his face is all lopsided.
Is this where they got the Hanzo thing from?
No, but close.
It may as well be.
You
The
know,
only movie that I prefer over this movie is God.
SHIT-uation's
No, it's not Satu.
Yeah.
You know,
What's
if
the
I'm
Stallone movie where he got put in cryostasis and they thawed him out in the future, and Taco Bell was like the main restaurant.
Encino Man?
Dan, you know what I'm talking about?
Encino Man?
Did you just say Encino Man?
You said something. I didn't hear the whole thing. You said thaw somebody out. My bad.
No, it was Judge Dredd. It wasn't Judge Dredd. It was Stallone, and he was a cop, and they put him in cryostasis, and he came back into the future. And he was fighting.
That's my
what's his
favorite
face?
movie, Demolition Man.
Demolition
One of my
Man.
favorites.
I would watch Demolition Man only for the erotic sex scene.
It is pretty
surprised
fantastic.
how many movies end with man.
And it's Sandra Bullock, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly.
The dirty woman, pretty woman. That's it.
It's not Sandra Bullock, but I'll take it.
Wait, Sandra Bullock isn't in Pretty Woman?
No,
Yes, she is.
no, that's Julia Roberts.
There we go. See, I was thinking.
Well, then who was in True Lies?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Like fucking Rain Man over here. What's wrong with me?
Is that the one? Isn't that the chick from Evanescence?
Well, that's the show, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.
I think that's it.
I
think we're ready to
I
get
think
out of
Donald's done with his
if I'm here
his
for,
game.
In the
Let me
next
just say,
year,
I
I'm gonna
got
commemorate my whole year being here by picking.
I got a plus 42 on the golf game. Everybody told me I did amazing. It's
it's a
incredible.
high score, Donald.
Right? No,
That's the highest score they've ever had.
they told me that's the first time they've ever got a plus 42, and my picture went up on the wall. I feel proud.
It's amazing.
Speaking
I
of
think it's time to
walls.
get out of here.
Oh, okay.
The walls. Yeah, we should get out of here. I don't want to hear this speech for the 14th fucking time. All right, so, all right, everybody. I think that's it for the podcast.
Thanks,
I don't
everybody.
Have anything.
No, that's it.
Anything else?
That's it. I'm done.
Have a good night and watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie.
Watch the movie.
1995.
Did we get any pictures?
Judge Dredd,
Hold on. Did we get any pictures? Did we get any SHITuations?
No, only because I didn't put up the last podcast by the time this records.
That's you right. So what's this next week's situation, friendo?
Yes. We should probably do that. Next, this situation for those of you who are still here and who've lasted this long.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to our one follower.
Actually, there's been a lot of people coming in and out today. Thank everybody for showing the fuck up. Seriously, I appreciate that.
Spam
There's
links.
There's four right now.
Because I spammed the shit out of those links.
Okay, so when the video goes up, I want to hear your how you would deal with this. Your situation, you listener, you. That's right, you. If you're like me, yes, you. You go to the doctor with chest pains, and an X-ray reveals that there's a parasitic alien living inside of you, and it's ready to burst out. So, dear listener or watcher, I need to know how you're going to survive this alien bursting through your chest using only Viagra. So leave your answers down below. Let me know how you're going to survive that utilizing only Viagra.
Just give him the point.
And the next time we come on, we're going to go ahead and read out your answers, and that'll be great. We'll probably have to read out the answers for the last podcast as well, since I'm really fucking bad at this.
Yeah, it's okay though. We love you.
You read the answers. You read the answers from the.
You did. And they were on live. Yeah, so you got two episodes to do now.
And yeah, I guess we'll catch you all next time. Peace out.
Bye, Felicia's.
Bye.
Cut away.
I can't believe you have us fucking watching Judge Dredd.
I can.